Good morning from Salford Quays, everybody. We're at, just behind us, BBC Media City. Now, I wanted to come out and catch sunrise on the shortest day of the year, the darkest day for the Northern Hemisphere. And also today is interesting as it's the first day of the ambulance strike that's taking place across England. I'm not sure if it's taking place in the other nations of the United Kingdom, but I've never seen an ambulance strike in my lifetime here in the United Kingdom. I want to see how the city of Manchester copes, how Salford copes, and I'll be keeping an eye on how the whole country copes. I'm not going to get into the rights or wrongs of having a strike in the middle of winter when the country seems to be on its knees already with all the other strikes, train strikes, nurse strikes. But I don't know, it just feels like something very important and big, something that we don't understand is taking place. And I'm not going to play party politics with it. I'm going to try and just experience it and see what it means. Okay, the time is 7:30 a.m. exactly. We're facing the Metrolink sign here at Media City. We pan round. The first big bright light you see there is ITV, independent television, Channel 3 and all the others. And we pan round. This is the main Media City that they built here, primarily for the BBC, to try and make the country a little bit less London-centric. But it was exposed soon afterwards that most of the staff here commute. They get the 2-hour train from London to Salford, so they can be Londoners up north. There you go. Good morning with my face. So I've been listening to a lot of spiritual talks. Alan Watts, Eckhart Tolle, many others. Those are the two main ones I've been listening to. And, it's beautiful. Beautiful word. Oh, yeah, and A Course in Miracles, written by a lady called Elizabeth Schumer or something. Very nice, very pleasant. But I can't help thinking that I'm only listening to one half of the story. It's beautiful. Poetry, the beauties of life, love, tradition, duty. But as Alan Watts teaches, every concept implies its absolute opposite. Night implies day, death implies birth, happiness implies sadness. And so, following that truth, everything beautiful about life and everything hopeful and decent and amazing implies the absolute nihilistic void of darkness and meaninglessness and terror. Now, no one wants to concentrate on the void, meaninglessness, and terror. So our spiritual leaders go on TV, they go on YouTube, they go on their audiobooks, and they tell us it's all beautiful. And that'll sustain you for maybe a couple of months. But then something will happen in your life, and you're like, yeah, those great spiritual leaders, those religions, they're telling half the story. Exactly half the story. No one wants to hear the horror. No one wants to hear the bad parts. And so, on that happy note, on that beautiful and grotesque note, I'm going to cut my face. Cut! 7:44 at the famous Victoria Warehouse. Some big names have played here. But the reason I'm filming it is the incredible little old choo-choo train they've got. Choo-choo! Okay, it's 7:55. We're here at Manchester Grand Central. It used to be a train station, now it's a conference centre. The Tories love it, Labour loves it, Lib Dems love it. They're like, yeah, middle of the country, we'll have a conference. Now, I love dawn. Not a woman called Dawn, I love the dawn as in the opposite of dusk. That which was dark and unseen becomes bright and seen. I'm sure there's something big in there. I'm sure there is. Surely. Surely. Don't call me Shirley. Yeah, I'm sat here just around the back of St. Peter's Square, down the side of the library near the Bootle Street police station. Is it going to focus? I think it will. I think it's going to try. It's going to have a go. But really what I wanted to say is, imagine the police went on strike. Are they going to be next? Are the police going to go on strike? Our big cities like Manchester, Glasgow, Birmingham, and London going to be torn apart by absolute urban civil war if they go on strike? I don't know. Okay, we're at Salford Precinct, Salford Shopping City. Just a couple of thoughts. It's about maybe 10-15 minutes before dawn. It's already getting lit up. We'll see the police vans blast past on their way to another busy day of fighting people and protecting crime. Ha 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 ha. Many years ago, I read a book by Albert Camus, the French existential philosopher, called The Rebel. He won the Nobel Prize for Literature for his philosophical book, The Rebel. I read it again when I was in my late 20s and tried to understand it a bit better. But I think what he was getting at on a metaphysical level is that the world is absurd. The world is grotesque at times. Yet, your rebellion against the nihilism of existence is to love, is to have babies, is to build for the future, is to look after the people you love, it's to look after the disabled, it's to create a world that is fair and beautiful and rewarding. Now that is the ultimate rebellion, that is the ultimate punk, that's the ultimate LGTV4K. All these pretenders trying to be rebels by shitting on reality, I've got it backward. The real rebel is the wholesome and decent man or woman. Okay, it's about sunrise now. We're parked on Monk's Court near Salford Royal. We're outside BASIC, the Brain and Spinal Injury Centre, winner of Charity of the Year 2018-19. True back snapper, that. Oof. Okay, I know you've been very bad, but I pardon you all. You're all free to go. Yeah, we're at Salford Royal. Good morning. Sun is rising. The weather is sweet, yeah. It's about 7 degrees Celsius. It's positively balmy compared to last week. I was filming stalactites. Ice stalactites. Now, we're here at Salford Royal because I want to see this ambulance strike in person. I want to see it for myself. Some people are lucky, and I'm lucky today I'm able to come down here and investigate, because the news is positively biased in some way or other. Even if it's just biased in saying, right, this is what we want the ordinary people to believe because it's better for stability, for the nation, whatever. I want to see any ambulances actually striking. I want to see if people are actually picking up the emergencies, the needy. I guess I'm just struggling to understand metaphysically an ambulance strike. There we go. Okay, facing into accident and emergency. The emergency department straight ahead. I can see a police van. We're going to respect people's privacy. I'm not going to expose any patients and make them identifiable. We're going to do this ethically. Ambulance arrivals, pre-alerts, non-pre-alerts, emergency department, walk-in entrance, urgent treatment center, and day surgery drop-off. Drop-off? He sounds Russian. Okay, here's one side of the ambulance entrance. And here's the other. And yeah, there does appear to be a strike on. There are 0 ambulance vehicles. Ambulances. But no, it's a police van. And we come over here. Ambulances. And no, there are no vehicles. None. And you'd expect for the darkest day of the year, there'd be a lot of ambulances. So not all ambulances are on strike. She's covering her face with some technology. We're in public here, so I don't see what the issue is. I just want to show that not all ambulances are on strike. These two are working here. But she really doesn't want to show her face. Hello, you don't need to cover your face. I'm not pro or anti-strike. I'm just covering the strike, just seeing if there's anything happening. But it's good to see that you guys. But you guys must be for the real emergencies, like if there's like real stuff goes down. No worries. Well, listen, we should have more communication between people. We got into this mess because people just distrust each other. I'm just a YouTuber. I just want to find out more. I've never seen an ambulance strike. I think it's quite No, yeah, it doesn't. It's like, wow, an ambulance strike. But thank you anyway. I appreciate it. Thank you. No. So are you a doctor here?
No, I'm one of the volunteers.
One of the volunteers?
Yeah.
You reckon it's going to be crazy with the ambulance strike?
Yeah, the problem's going to be this afternoon, not this morning.
This afternoon?
Yeah, the strike starts at 12.
Midday. And are they bringing in the army, like army medics and stuff like that?
No, it's just the ambulance staff for the what's called patient transfer, not for emergencies.
Ah, patient transfer ambulances are striking.
Yeah, well, the ambulance service is striking, but anything which is life-threatening in any way, they will not be not doing that.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's a very British strike. I like it.
So something for transfusions, dialysis.
Yeah, still quite important stuff, but nothing.
Anything that's life-threatening, that will be provided.
Got you. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Beautiful tree they've got here. Now, chatting to the old volunteer. I don't mean old, I mean like old boy, old chap. The gentleman. Not a doctor, he's a volunteer. And you heard it straight from the horse's mouth. The ambulance strike is a very British strike, as in it's only for patient transport, going to this, going to that appointment, picking a granny up, picking a granddad up, picking a disabled kid up. Now that's still going to cause a massive disruption, especially at this time of year, when people are a bit more... I've had the flu, a mild flu for the last 3 days. A bit shitty, felt a bit shitty. Still able to go out, still able to play with my children, which is important. But I still felt a bit shitty. Ugh. But don't strikes represent a very last resort when there is no more communication between the management or the owners and the staff? Then people go on strike. It's like, you're not listening to me. But on the flip side as well, we all want more money. There's no limit to how much money we need. We all need a lot more money. We need to buy a house. We need to pay for the kids. We all need a lot more money. And who decides what's fair? I heard Rishi Sunak, the soon-to-be Prime Minister, saying that there are independent bodies that they are consulting that will decide what's fair financially for every staff member. But how independent are they? Were they hired by the Tories? I don't know. But in 3 hours, it's all ogre for the patient transport. Thank you. You're making a difference. Still safe, secure, and here for you. Thank you, Salford Royal. About 7 years ago, I had a neck operation here at Salford Royal. Salford Royal! And it's one of the most highly rated hospitals for that sort of thing in the country. You wouldn't have thunk it. Salford, quite a run-down, deprived area. One of the best hospitals in the land. And the team of surgeons, when they were about to put me under with the anaesthetic, you know, I was there, happy-go-lucky, chirpy, happy, good mood. And one of the surgeons does a bit of banter. He goes, well, you're awfully chirpy for someone that's going to get his neck sliced open, or something bantery like that. And I just shot back straight away. Well, surgeon, should I not be happy? Is this something you're wanting to tell me here? Ah, honk. Ambu only. Ambu only. Again, back at accident and emergency. Just one forlornly lonely copper having his breakfast and coffee outside, and 0 ambus. Just look at the light. Just look at it. Look at that early morning golden glow. Okay, what's he drinking? You're not doing passenger transport today, are you?
No, not today.
Not today. All good. Now, on behalf of everything that is dear and wonderful in this world, please don't go on strike as a police force. Society would collapse in 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's against the law for us to do it.
Against the law? I wonder why. I know why. Civil war in 5 minutes. Thank you. A love heart with thank you, NHS, National Health Service. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm here to remind you of the mess you left when you ran away
Yeah. I didn't know.